Well, if it's the middle of March, Kansas City is alive and excited for Big 12 basketball. West Virginia, they're the 10th seed, just trying to keep their season going, looking to pick up a win against right now an NCAA-bound Oklahoma Sooners team. West Virginia, Oklahoma, next. Welcome back to Champ Week, presented by Principal and the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. Coming up right here, the 7th seed Oklahoma against the 10th seed West Virginia. More first-round action from the Sprint Center. Game 1, and it was, forgive me, a doozy. Desmond Bain and company picking up the win. It was Bain's shot, the 3 from the corner, ended up being the difference, and they survived the late charge by Oklahoma State. TCU 73, Oklahoma State 70. And they move away from the last 4 in to the last 4 receiving byes. Here are the brackets. TCU now with a date with the 1 seed Kansas State tomorrow. The winner of this one will take on Texas Tech, and that will be tomorrow afternoon. Let's take a look at our Big 12 flashback, and it's brought to you by Phillips 66. Last time these two teams met,
West Virginia challenging the Sooners for 1.8 up a point at the buzzer. Oh my goodness! Buddy Hield thrown up into the crowd. You've got to check the replay. No. West Virginia's turn to go to the crowd. West Virginia has beaten Oklahoma and as dramatic an ending as you will ever see.
Well, that was back in semifinal action and back when West Virginia had some pretty good freshmen in Javon Carter and Daxter Miles. Tonight, West Virginia, Robbie Hummel, is going to need some big play from their freshmen.
When they've started to really get that. Derek Culver has been a grown man in this league. 2 games now, 21 rebounds in the last 2 weeks. You look at anybody that's played college basketball, ask them if they've gotten 21 rebounds. I'm guessing the answer is going to be absolutely not. Not an easy thing to do. Jordan McCabe, also a guy over the last 5 games, has really come on, giving them 17 points, 6 assists. Both those guys playing at a high level right now for Bob Huggins' club.
Now for Oklahoma, obviously looking to get a win. Mike Kruger feels like, hey, we don't need to lobby. We're in a good spot. They get a good team, but you need another win. You'd like another win.
It could not hurt. And if you want to sleep well Saturday night and have a good feeling on Sunday, you have to think a win today, or actually tonight, would put them in a comfortable place going into the NCAA tournament.
Christian Doolittle, a pretty crucial factor as far as the Oklahoma Sooners are concerned. For more on that, we welcome in the 3rd member of our team, Tara Petrolini.
Thanks, John, and you're right, he sure is. When asked by his teammate, Christian James, why he deserved his Big 12 Most Improved Player Award, Christian James said it's because he's unselfish. So much so that it was Christian Doolittle's dad that had to let him know that he had even won the award, and one that he is proud and said he is resilience. That would be the word that he would describe here and how he had this season laid in front of him, guys.
Well, no doubt. Doolittle has been such a key factor for them down the stretch. They've won 4 of their last 6 the Sooners have coming in. And there is Doolittle.
You want to talk about Derek Culver in one area where he's certainly going to have to improve. It's right there, turning the basketball over. And you have to think with Brady Manick starting on him, he's going to see a heavy dose of post-trapping tonight from a lot of different areas. Going to have to make good decisions.
James ball fake, overshot the basket, and now push up ahead. And Lamont West off the mark. Fight for the loose ball. And they get the foul on Culver. Derek Culver, the freshman from Youngstown, Ohio, went to Brewster Academy. You mentioned coming off that 21 rebound performance. Head coach of the Mountaineers at his alma mater. Bob Huggins, 12th season as West Virginia head coach. 4th most wins among active coaches. Asked him, is there anything you'd like us to tell America about your team? And he said, yeah, we're going to be good.
I think they are too. I like his young pieces. Good recruiting class coming in for next season, but one of those deals where you have to think it's addition by subtraction. You lose some guys that maybe weren't fitting your culture, but now you got a young group that you like, you want to work with, you want to keep playing games with. You have to think that this will be a team that goes forward and plays in the postseason, whether it's winning 3 games here or something else.
Pretty nice move at the other end by Brady Manick. There's Culver trying to match. We'll get the foul on Rashard Odoms. Veteran on the other end, Lon Kruger. Longest he's been at any one stop, 8th season as Oklahoma head coach. 5 NCAA tournaments in the last 6 years. And that jumper will go from Emmett Matthews Jr. Well, we talked about the freshman needing to step up. And there's James sprinting up ahead and putting it in.
Bob Huggins not going to like that transition defense, but you mentioned Emmett Matthews, and this coaching staff told him, look, you go in, keep your man out of the middle, get on the glass, you'll play big minutes, and we have seen him do that already tonight. Last 3 games, he's got 21 boards.
Manick for 3. Doolittle the rebound. Doolittle the putback.
We've got a couple of grown men in the paint tonight. You look at Christian Doolittle, you look at Derek Culver. This is not going to be a game for the weak. You have to think every time you got to check out. Easier said than done with the bodies that are on the floor in the front court here tonight.
West feeds Culver. Culver goes opposite. Matthews, that time wouldn't fall. And Doolittle the board. Whips it over to James, wide open. McCabe off the mark. He's been playing some really good basketball for them. And now Bieniemy off to James. James inside, travels.
He ends up traveling, but that's the right thing for him to do. You look at Christian James and these big-bodied guards that Oklahoma has. You're going against tonight a lot of freshmen, and you got to make them pay. I know that's Jermaine Haley, who is not one of the freshmen, but still, you have a size advantage. You got to go right at him, not settle for jump shots.
Talk about how well Jordan McCabe has been playing. Last 5 games as a starter, averaging over 17 points a game, and just under 6 assists, and shooting it really well.
Isn't it amazing how you get an opportunity and all of a sudden you take advantage of that, but he also knows he has to play. When you know you can play through your mistakes, it's so much easier. You play loose, and that's what he's been the last 5 games.
Yeah, that is exactly what Bob Huggins said in terms of the improved play. He knows he's going to be out there. Doolittle. James. That one a little bit short. Rebound pulled down by Matthews. Just getting going. West Virginia and Oklahoma had a good one in our opener as TCU escaped. Just got past Oklahoma State. John Shambi, Robbie Hummel, and Tara Petrolino from the Sprint Center in Kansas City. It's the Big 12 Championship, first round action.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
And at guarding Derek Culver, you have to assume the post trap is going to be in full effect tonight. You see right here, Derek Culver in the post, seen with Brady Manick as he works. Jamal Bieniemy is coming. Off Jermaine Haley here, it's going to be off of different people. You have to think, getting it out of his hands, not allowing him to operate in the paint. If you're West Virginia, you got to have Derek Culver post deep, and you got to hit him on time and on target so he can go and make a quick move.
Culver, of course, making the impact. You look at freshmen averaging a double-double in Big 12 play. Go back to last year, Mo Bamba, Beasley before that, Durant before that. Pretty good company.
There's an elite list of players right there.
You're not kidding. West Virginia by a point. Lamont West handles here. Chase Harler from deep. Got it. Wow.
And a big shot for him. A guy that's been labeled a shooter but has not shot the basketball well this season.
Yep.
Have to think seeing the first one go down for a shooter's confidence always so crucial.
Doolittle took some body, also got rejected. West. Matthews back to West. Good feed. Route throws it down.
Mont West playing a lot better after the departures of Issa Ma, Wesley Harris. Have to think you play him at the 4 now. A much better offensive matchup for him. Known as a three-point shooter, but showing off the ability to create for others right there.
It's a 7-0 West Virginia run. McCade directing traffic. McCade step back at 2. Calixte, the transfer from Maine. They get a couple of grad transfers. Almost turned that over. And now it settles in Jamal Bieniemy, the nephew of Eric Bieniemy, played in the NFL, now the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Jamal has moved nicely into that starting lineup. Calixte goes baseline, and now Reynolds turns it over. Here's Harlan. Finger roll, that wouldn't go. Doolittle pulls down the board and then whips it into the front court.
I know we're only 6 minutes deep into this game, but from seeing West Virginia tonight versus a month ago, it is night and day.
No doubt.
Effort-wise, it looks like a new team. Just the effort these guys are playing with on the defensive end of the floor.
Doolittle up and under, able to lay it in. Last 6 games averaging over 17 points per game.
You look at his numbers, he could win most improved player from his improvement from the non-conference to today.
Right.
It doesn't have to be from last year. You look at the non-conference, averaging 7 and 5.
Yep. And Logan Rout absorbs the contact. And Rout will shoot 2. Here's what you're talking about. And that's a big jump. You go non-conference
when you look at
to
the
conference.
level of play that you have to be at in this league to average almost 14 points a game, and he's done it every night. The last 9 games, he has been a force to be reckoned with here in the Big 12.
Jamani McNeese checking back in. I'll tell you, they got off to a great start, 11-1, and McNeese was a big part of it. Suffered a right ankle injury and hasn't really ever gotten back to that same explosive self. And it impacted their season. It certainly impacted his season.
When you think about what he predicates being good here in this league, it's defending the rim and it's getting up and throwing down lobs.
Yep.
If he doesn't have that explosiveness, you think when you sprain an ankle that severely, it takes so long. They say you'd almost rather break your ankle than have a severe sprain.
Foul on Jermaine Haley. Doolittle looking for some help, gets it in to Miles Reynolds. Reynolds and Calixte, they're 2 grad transfers. Doolittle lost the handle for a second. Was looking at McNeese. McNeese going to work against Culver. Flips it up, little short. Rebound pulled down. And Haley. Napper from way downtown gets that to go. Brandon Napper with a triple.
Brandon Napper, a guy who had 25 against the Sooner club in Morgantown earlier this season. Hasn't been great as of late, but looking confident right there.
McNeese with Culver on him. Physical battle between those two. step back. Doolittle gets it to go.
A wise decision there. Jimani McNeese, his strength is not to post a guy in the block, especially a guy as strong as Derek Culver. Let's give it to Christian Doolittle, whose strength is taking on the perimeter, getting to his pull-up.
That was a 2 from McCabe. Reynolds pull up. And now Haley. And they get Culver going over the back, and that will be his second.
West Virginia getting things going early here in Kansas City. Chase Harler from deep, letting this thing fly. Lamont West dropping it off. Logan Rout, a nice finish. West Virginia, they're rolling up 6.
Our opener here was a good one. It was a 21-point TCU lead, and it got down all the way to Oklahoma State leading by 2. And eventually Desmond Bain hitting a big shot. Nice move by Bieniemy for the bucket. And TCU able to hold on and beat Oklahoma State. 73-70 the final. Our first matchup.
That game really sums up Oklahoma State's season, honestly. The way that they fought back, stayed in it, never quit. Trailed by 21 in that game. Make the comeback they did, play as hard as they did. Credit to Mike Boynton.
Well, it feels like, I mean, loosely there is some similarities in terms of Oklahoma State and West Virginia for the losses and the roster turnover, and yet being around both these teams, there's a real positivity.
Absolutely. I have to think reinforcements on the way coming next year, but a nice core to work with for both of these teams.
James rattles that one home.
I think that's where he needs to operate. Sometimes he falls in love with the perimeter jump shot, and it's not that he can't make it, but as big body of a guard as he is, sometimes I think he falls in love with his jump shot just a little too much.
McNeese popping out. Napper kicks to McCabe. Shot clock under 10. McCabe handles. Napper from way downtown. Doolittle just inside the three-point line. Napper rebounds. West Virginia by a couple. Haley cutting and laying it in.
Such a good cut off the basketball. And you see Jermaine Haley looking like he's been shot out of a cannon right there. Playing with some serious pace and a great pass. Nice finish right over the top of Jimani McNeese.
Clock winding down. James got to put it up. Does.
That is such a tough shot. When you head fake and you take yourself out of rhythm, I know you had to shoot it with the shot clock going down, but you almost think he would have been better off to just elevate right over the top and let it fly with his pull-up. The improvements we've seen, West Virginia's half-court offense, and just a great aware play by Jermaine Haley. And then the way he gets that thing to the backboard quickly, not allowing the shot blocker to get to it, he has been a big part of the positive vibes you talked about. West Virginia going through some roster turmoil, but you look at guys like Jermaine Haley, Jordan McCabe, Derek Culver, there's a lot of positivity around West Virginia.
So Sagaba Kadante, we saw shoot and work out the last couple of days, but James Bolden is elected to enter the transfer portal. Both Isamana and Wesley Harris dismissed from the team. And, I mean, those are all crucial players.
Those are really good players.
Yep.
Zach Kanate is an all-league guy.
No doubt.
He's not a guy that maybe was having a disappointing year, but from a talent perspective, as talented as anybody on the floor right now.
The Kanate-Culver combo never came to be. They never got a chance to be on the floor.
Because think about that.
No doubt.
You got a guy that eats rebounds like Derek Culver, and then obviously Sag Kanate, one of the elite shot blockers, not just in the Big 12, but in the country.
And there's Sags looking on. Bucket there from Miles Reynolds. And back to a 6-point game. Lamont West operating. Andrew Gordon inside, lost the handle, gets fouled by Matt Freeman. Things tight here in the early going at the Sprint Center. Who will be crowned champion? We shall see. Inside the Sprint Center. Game 2 of our round 1 action. Last year it was Kansas. The year before that Iowa State. Then Kansas, then Iowa State, then Iowa State. Noticing a theme?
Those two teams have a heck of a following that does a great job of getting to this city.
They travel well, as they say, right?
They make this a home court advantage for both those teams.
Yeah. I mean, for the Iowa State group, they have to travel a little more than the Kansas.
They'll go
group.
anywhere.
Yeah.
They do a great job. That's a terrific fan base.
I remember when they were at Madison Square Garden during the NCAA tournament a few years back, and then they invaded that place. Nice move by Jamal Bieniemy.
You have to really like that kid's game.
Yeah.
He plays with such a poise, and he's turned it over a little bit more as of late, but for the most part, finds his teammates, takes care of it, makes good decisions, and right there showing off the ability to get to the rim and finish.
Too little to Manic. Rejected there by Gordon. James, high arcing shot, floats that in.
But attacking a closeout, and it's one of the hardest things to do in basketball as a defender, is when you're closing out on a guy and you're concerned about him shooting a jump shot, he should whip you on the dribble, just like Christian James did right there.
West from 3. Fight for the loose ball and ends up with Odoms.
That's exactly why Emma Matthews is going to stay on the floor, playing with great effort, but West Virginia's transition defense losing track of Brady Manick. Oklahoma starting to play with some pace, and West Virginia caught completely off guard right there.
Jamal Bieniemy. I got to see this Oklahoma team in the Bahamas in the early going, and he was playing fairly limited minutes. Lamont West with a three-pointer.
When you guard Lamont West, you got to understand a normal closeout is not good enough. He is going to shoot that whether you have a hand in his face or not. You got to take away every inch of space he has.
Odom beats Manick, who gets another up-close look at it.
All of a sudden, West Virginia's defense, which was really good to start this game, starting to just break down off simple dribble drives.
McCabe from deep. Manick the rebound. The enemy elbow jumper is good.
He just plays with such a maturity. And it is so evident to see him right there. All of a sudden getting into a great offensive rhythm. You see Christian James right there driving the closeout, getting into the paint. Nice finish over the top of Andrew Gordon. You got to get back in transition. You got to locate the rim runner right there, Brady Manick. Gets the easy dunk. Then Rashard Odoms, great dribble penetration. And Jamal Bieniemy getting to his pull-up jumper. Talked about that mature feel that he's got. He's got an old man game. That's a good thing, especially when you're a freshman, to play with that sense of poise that he has.
Bob Huggins a little frustrated with his group. And so the Mountaineers with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Napper handling. Haley fires. And loose ball, it'll be Oklahoma basketball.
And Jermaine Haley has shot the basketball much better over the last 5 games, but regardless, with that amount of time on the shot clock, that's not a good shot for him. He should take rhythm 3-point jumpers. Right there, it's like he didn't have anything to do with the basketball, so he just shot it.
Good hands there by Haley. Odoms. Looking at Manick, who's fighting with West.
God, Lamont West is doing down there.
And a travel on Bieniemy. 3rd turnover on Oklahoma.
The effort of Lamont West is what makes that basketball move. And instead of allowing an easy post touch where now you're at the mercy of the offensive player in the low post, you make him move the ball and Jamal Bieniemy turns it right over to you.
Good hands, Bieniemy with the takeaway. Feed inside, Manick. Couple of ball fakes, puts it in.
Such good patience right there. Brady Manick understanding those shot blockers are coming. Giving head fakes, taking your time, go up and score the ball.
Snapper to route. Harler was trying to use the big guy. As West hoists and hits. 7 for Lamont West. West Virginia by a point. John Shambi, Robbie Hummel, and Tara Petrolino. If you missed it, TCU won a thriller in our opener. I thought that was going to go in. West, does that count? Basket is good. Wow. Lamont West with the circus shot. And West Virginia by 3.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal Investments Retirement Insurance.
Here in Kansas City, the last and one by Lamont West plus tax. Robbie Hummel.
Well, Lamont West is playing so much more of a complete game than we've been used to seeing. A guy that's known as a 3-point jump shooter and right there showing off the ability to get on the glass, finish through contact. We've seen him get in the post. Defensively, he's given a really good effort on that end of the floor. He's been really good for Bob Huggins tonight.
I thought our band sounded really good right there, too. I like the beats they were playing. Yeah. So here's West to the line. Trying to complete that 3-point play. Now Lamont West. The junior, he's from Cincinnati. He played high school ball in Georgia.
West Virginia, Jordan McKay and Jermaine Haley have returned.
Sooners the higher seed, down by 4. John Shambi, Robbie Hummel, Tara Petrolino. Manick looking for space off the glass and good. Lamont West wanted to call, didn't get it.
Well, if you watch college basketball this season, they have not called that. It doesn't matter what league you've watched, and officials really letting you play in the post, and I like it. I like that you got to hold your ground, guard your man down there.
Matthews back to McCabe. Shot clock is under 10. And now Haley got to go here. And they couldn't get something off.
Brady Manick getting it going in the post, and you see Lamont West. There's just not enough contact to warrant an offensive foul there. You take a dive, and you're really selling the farm. You better hope that ref calls that, because it's an easy bucket for Brady Manick.
Doolittle just flips that one in. And we are tied.
Such a unique game. Guy that plays center but can take it off the glass. A great pull-up jumper, a really good floater, and really handle the basketball at his size.
Rout has it taken away by Doolittle. He is so tough to stop. That time, good hands by the Mountaineers. McCabe. West hoists. Rout, rebound. And Logan Rout will go to the line. Tied at 32. 1:35 to go till the half. And coming up, the Audi halftime report. Patriot League ticket punched. Clemson as their bubble burst. Tough loss to NC State. We'll see about the Tigers. And that's foul, by the way, on Brady Manick, his first. Manick and Rout, or I should say Manick and West, each with 10 leading scorers on their respective teams. First round action from the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship.
Substitution for Mountaineers, Andrew Gordon replaces Logan Rout.
Logan Rout will grab a seat. Andrew Gordon will check back in. Winner of this one takes on Texas Tech. Doolittle.
You got to give credit to these West Virginia bigs. Derek Culver on the bench in foul trouble. We've seen Logan Rout and now Andrew Gordon really do a nice job of contesting Christian Doolittle's jump shots. He is a tough guard at that 5 position.
Culver's played just 5 minutes in the first half with those 2 fouls. Minute to go here. Good hands there by Matthews. Haley had a really good look at it. Put back wouldn't go. West had 2 cracks at it and couldn't finish. Miles jumper. Oh, baby. Second, little more differential. Shot clock to game clock. Doolittle to the corner. James. Splash.
A big-time find by Christian Doolittle. That's a center going and making a play for Christian James.
McCabe can't get it off. And Oklahoma will take a 2-point lead into the half. (35-33). Our score at the break. Coming up, stay tuned. The Audi halftime report. Oklahoma leading this one at the break by a deuce. And we'll have that halftime report right after these messages. Welcome back to Champ Week, presented by Principal and the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. Well, we're back here in Kansas City, and more basketball coming to you tonight from inside the Sprint Center. And there it is, the Big 12 Champions Trophy. Right now at the half, it's Oklahoma leading 35-33. Welcome courtside, John Chambee and Robbie Hummel. Back and forth we went, and West Virginia had control of this game for a pretty good stretch. Defense got a little shaky in spots towards the end of the first half.
Have to think Bob Huggins liked the start and the way that West Virginia played early, but credit Oklahoma, they came right back and they get a 14-5 run where it was really brought on by some West Virginia miscues. You see right there, Brady Manick just unguarded running down the floor. I thought Jamal Bieniemy was really in complete control of the Oklahoma offense, doing a nice job as a freshman of running the show. Brady Manick had a nice first half, ending up with 10 first half points. And going into the half right there, Christian James knocking down a big three to give Oklahoma a 2-point lead.
A few moments ago, Tara Petrolino caught up with Bob Huggins.
Coach, a couple of defensive lapses there in the first half. What's the biggest change you need to make right now?
We need to run back on defense. Gave up 26 points in the paint. We can't do that. We can't do that and win.
Culver with 2 fouls. How does he stay on the floor?
Not foul or have them not call a foul, one or the other.
Coach, thanks.
Okay.
Yep. There's Bob Huggins. Manick, corner three. And a rebound pulled down by Matthews. And there's that point to the paint. 26 points to the paint.
You look at the bodies on the floor and take away Derek Culver, but there's some big Oklahoma guards out here who, when they drive the basketball, can be really effective at getting to the rim.
James just ripped it away from Culver. He couldn't finish, and then Manick goes over the back. Second on Brady Manick.
Brady Manick, personal foul number 2, team foul number 1.
Two-point game, Oklahoma. Joe Lunardi right now has them in. TCU needed a win in our opener, and they got it by the skin of their teeth. Culver jumper. And that missed by a lot, but there to clean it up is Haley. Well, Bob Huggins is one of those guys, he pulls no punches. Nice pass, Doolittle, rejected by Haley as James tried to put it in.
Tough start to the half for Christian Doolittle. Nice cut right there, but West Virginia defender staying disciplined, staying down, and not allowing him to get that thing to the rim. The post trap is really bothering Derek Culver.
No doubt.
He has not handled it well, and you get back on your heels and don't assess the floor well, it's going to be a long night from that.
Manick the cut, he's got a dozen points. West to three. The enemy grabs and now weaves through traffic. Manick wide open. Brady Manick, 15 points. And Oklahoma now with a 5-point advantage.
Just a complete breakdown. That's one of the best shooters on the floor, stepping into a wide open trail jumper. Bob Huggins said, we got to get back, we got to find our man. If we don't do that, we have no chance to win.
Matthews a three. And look at McCabe getting in there and grabbing that rebound.
You got to credit him for doing that, but a lot of standing around. A lot of dribbling, a lot of standing around that perimeter, and it's a big-time shot.
Three. That's huge. McCabe knocks down the three, his first 3 points of the night. They get the foul on Culver, and that's his third.
You see Brady Manick just kind of leaking into this play, and nice cut. You see Jordan McCabe's head just completely turned on the basketball, has no idea where his man is. And then here again, nobody guarding Brady Manick, steps right in. One of the easiest shots in basketball, the uncontested trail three.
Manick knocks down another three, 18 for Brady Manick.
A big-time set play and a terrific screen. Nice job by Brady Manick at setting his feet. You're going away from the basket, but he gets his momentum going back towards the rim.
The enemy, the takeaway. The enemy couldn't finish.
Probably one there where he should have dumped that thing off. He had a 2-on-1 and He's made a lot of good decisions tonight, but that was not one of them.
43-38. And the Sooners a 5-point advantage here at the Sprint Center.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal Investments Retirement Insurance.
Been a frustrating night for Derek Culver in the huddle, kind of hanging his head. And there's Sagaba Konate, who was out with that knee injury, whispering in his ear saying, come on, man.
They need Derek Culver to play better. He has been such a big part of what they've been able to do here as of late. And he's been a force to be reckoned with, but the post trap and also foul trouble has really derailed his night here.
Just 2 points for a guy who averages 12 and 10. Haley step back. Good rebound there by Gordon and puts it in.
Grown man rebound and an even better finish. And at times when West Virginia's offense gets bogged down, that sometimes is their best offense. Get it up on that glass. Let your bigs go up there and go to work.
Always been a good rebounding group on the Bob
staple of this program.
We'll see another great offensive rebounding team tomorrow. Baylor, they are tremendous at it. James shot contested. West Virginia back the other way, looking to cut into a 3-point deficit.
I think the Oklahoma bench wanted Andrew Gordon going up through the rim.
Yeah. West, and he got rejected by Doolittle. Odom, the Euro step. Nice move. Rashad Odoms. And Rashard with that great move, absorbs the contact, plus tax.
What a sequence. Christian Doolittle coming from out of nowhere. Then how about a little Euro step action there? Rashard Odoms going for the and one.
Golden Pipes of Bob Wischusen right there. You will hear him tomorrow along with Fran Fraschilla. All right, so chance to make the tourney with a win. And 98% for the Sooners. That's with a victory, 56% with a loss. Right now, Joey Brackets has them as a 9 seed.
If you lose this game and you're leaving it up to almost a coin flip, that makes for an uncomfortable selection Sunday, that's for sure.
I mean, right now, Joe Lunardi has 8 teams from the Big 12 getting in. Oklahoma is one of them. 7-11 in conference. They're net at 39. Strength of schedule is 12. They have one of the top schedules, toughest schedules in the country. That is a real plus on their resume. Inside, Gordon. Who tipped that? Couldn't tell. Did he get that?
I'm not sure, but if you're guarding Andrew Gordon, you got to understand he is going to his right hand every time.
Yeah.
You know, Jimoni McNeese needs to make him go over his right shoulder. Get into his left hand. He does not want to go to it.
They gave it to him. West turned his head for a second. You see that?
Yeah.
West stopped, turned his head, was complaining at the referee, and then Doolittle went around him.
Absolutely blown by. We've kind of seen the good and the bad of Lamont West tonight. I thought in the first half he did some really good things. Now at times he'll also force shots, and here you're going to see him.
There he is.
Take a look at the ref, kind of throw his hands up, and then get burned by Christian Doolittle.
And Lamont West will grab a seat. tell you, for all the Big 12 games we've gotten to do with Bob Huggins, there's intensity. It can be loud. There are a lot of I love yous in there as well to his guys, and they know it.
Absolutely. I roomed with Deshaun Butler in Serbia for 3 weeks. He loves that man. Yeah. He loves Bob Huggins, and so do really 99% of the players that play for him, maybe even more than that. He has a great rapport with his guys, and yes, he expects a lot, but at the same time, he loves them equally as hard.
Doolittle inside jumps, little short. Rebound pulled down by Haley. Tight one here at the Sprint Center. Matthews up ahead. Finger roll and retired.
I really like Evan Matthews. He has been a guy that's really come on as of late. Using his length and his athleticism right there to get to his left hand. Strong hand drive. Evan Matthews, a guy that's really coming on here at the end of the season.
Calixte. To the corner, Harler. That missed almost everything. Calixte the other way. Tried to split the defense. It got bumped.
Number 14, Chase Harler, personal foul number 1.
There's Evan Matthews in transition, and a guy that can get to that rim, get to his left hand, a guy that's really come on for Coach Huggins.
Derek Culver replaces.
Well, you talk about Coach Huggins and how much he loves his players, and during all the adversity, Jordan McCabe said in losing and kicking players off the team, Coach Huggins told us, I am not giving up on you guys, and it really meant a lot to the team. Their goal is always to get on a run in this Big 12 tourney, and because of Coach Huggins, they now know that they have nothing to lose, that it's up to them to carry the culture of West Virginia.
And again, 4th winningest active coach. 3 pretty big names ahead of him. What a career he has put together. This is Culver with McNeese on him. And Bob Huggins talked about how impressed he's been with Culver this season. His willingness to be coached. Here's Doolittle now. Tied at 47. The enemy. Left hand wouldn't go. Tip wouldn't go. Man, it has gotten active. And remember, we told you earlier in the game about that right ankle of Jamoni McNeese having been an issue, kind of derailed his season. You can see the tape peeking out from under the sock, and it appears that right ankle, rolled it right there. Ow.
Such a shame. Lon Kruger told us coming into this season, he was playing as well as anybody on this team. You talked about the good start he got off to, and
well, in the Bahamas, the impact. I mean, I was taken aback by the offensive impact that he had. He was so good there.
An elite athlete, and with his ankle situation, just has not been able to show it.
Haley to Matthews. Tied up at 47. Another 12 minutes to go. Calixte, that's a 2.
Just can't think that that's a shot that Lon Kruger wants right now. When the offense is bogged down and you take bad shots, it often leads to runouts, made layups, and made threes. It's exactly what happened there for Jordan McCabe.
The enemy, and now Doolittle inside, and Doolittle draws the contact. Jamoni McNeese being led to the locker room. The battle taking place down low. A tight one here at the Sprint Center. West Virginia leading it by 3. You're talking about Mike Hopkins' Washington team and, you know, that Syracuse background and taking that 2-3 zone into the NCAA tournament And on a quick turnaround, how difficult it can be to deal with.
Well, you talk about NCAA tournament scouts, and on a quick turnaround, if you have a day to get ready for somebody, that's a nightmare, especially when you've got the length that those zones have at Washington and Syracuse, and it's a different deal than going against a normal 2-3 zone.
One-point game from the Sprint Center in Kansas City. John Chumby, Robbie Hummel, Tara Petrolino.
What a difference.
Starting to feel it, huh?
What a difference a month makes. West Virginia going to go with a little bit of zone action here and try to change it up. But Jordan McCabe's confidence level is just so much higher than it was a month ago. You see an aggressive freshman coming off a nice pin down. Jamal Bieniemy just a little late. We had a perfect view of that thing going up. It looked pure from the second it left his hand.
James inside, off the window, too strong.
Jermaine Haley, you got to credit him for holding his ground and making Christian James score over the top of you. Definitely giving up some pounds right there, and James just hasn't been able to get it going to the basket.
West inside, wouldn't roll home. Fight to the loose ball. Gordon wrestling. Will they get the foul on Freeman? They did. Foul on Matt Freeman. That's his second. Get the foul on Andrew Gordon. That's his first. Bob Huggins not enthralled with that call.
At the line, Matt Freeman, shooting 1-1. Into the game for Oklahoma, bringing
Gordon flexing that knee.
and Bieniemy.
4-point game, West Virginia with the lead. Freeman at the line. Matt Freeman gets limited minutes from New Zealand. But he's not sure what he's doing in terms of coming back to play next year or what his future will be. McCabe directing traffic. McCabe from way downtown. And they get route for the foul. And it's team foul number 8.
You have to like Logan Rout's effort, but you're committing fouls 94 feet from the rim. Now you're walking down and just allowing a guy that shoots 75% from the line to have free looks.
See Culver sitting. He's got the 4 fouls right now. Rattles out. First round action, Big 12 championship as TCU is able to get the win, get past Oklahoma State. Under 10 to go in this one and a 2-point game. A game the Sooners really could use for their NCAA tournament resume. Haley, high off the window and good. And a 4-point Mountaineer advantage.
A tough finish. Brady Manick coming over to contest that shot. Jermaine Haley, terrific focus on that basket. Gets that thing just high enough The outstretched hand of Brady Manick.
Calixte off the glass and in.
That's one of those where if you're going to shoot that, you better make it. And good for Aaron Calixte because he did.
Wow. West went down hard. Remember earlier, Jamoni McNeese was helped off the court with that bad ankle. We got an update. Here's Tara.
Well, he's just now returned to the court. You'll see him in front of the Oklahoma bench. I spoke with trainer Alex Brown, who said he has re-sprained his ankle, but they've taped it up again. And he's going to see if he can't come back into this game, guys.
And there's Alex Brown on the right. Jamoni doesn't look entirely comfortable.
I would just be surprised with the way that thing rolled and the way he was walking right there.
Big three there for Lamont West. And back to a 4-point game. Calixte tries to answer but can't. Rout with the smaller player on him off the window. Count it. The goaltend.
You get the feeling that Oklahoma is beating itself right now.
Yeah.
Not taking good shots and mental errors. I don't think that right jump hook had a chance of getting to the rim, to be honest with you.
Not sure why James didn't shoot that. Calixte gets inside and it rolls in.
You're right. Christian James had every opportunity. He was all alone right in the paint. Aaron Calixte, nice little drive there and finally gets one to go in the paint.
Winner of this one, by the way, has Texas Tech tomorrow night. And West able to draw the foul. Bob Huggins' group up by 4, 7:31 to go. By 4, thanks in part to the second half play of Jordan McCabe.
He has gotten it going. 12 points all scored in the second half. 4 of 5 in that second half. You see him getting it going from the perimeter, doing a nice job probing in transition. Nobody picks him up. Let that thing fly. Jordan McCabe, the confidence has grown so much over the last month. Right now playing at a high level for West Virginia. Running the show as a freshman. Easier said than done.
Getting a chance to play through those mistakes. For more on McCabe, here's Tara.
Well, Jordan talks about how he plays with a lot of emotion. He said, people sometimes say I'm too flashy, I'm trying to make the home run play every time, but my personality is portrayed through my game. But he said, I did have to tone it down a little. He remembers Coach Huggins' moment on toning it down during summer workouts. He got trapped in the corner and tried to make a behind-the-back bounce pass. He said he looked over at Hug's face, and he'll remember it forever. He said, I could almost see the steam coming off the top of his head. And I thought to myself, never do that again.
I would love to see that footage.
Yes.
I would pay for that.
How great is it that you don't even have to expend the energy of saying anything. You can just look at
give you the look. Every player's got it from their coach.
He's got that look. Inside Doolittle, Rout the rebound. Logan Rout's giving them good minutes. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Jordan McCabe, this is back in the day. Yeah, fancy, even as a youngster. So he was 11 then, I believe.
Sweet. Every 11-year-old's dream would be to get to go on an NBA floor during an NBA game and do that.
Dribble it through, for sure. Harler, off the mark, James pulls it in.
Again, Logan Rout moving his feet, making Christian Doolittle make jump shots over the top. And on a night where he hasn't really been able to get that going, Logan Round's doing everything right on the defensive end of the floor right now.
Manic feed, James. Manic a three.
That's one where Oklahoma has got to capitalize when they get the ball in the paint. Brady Manic had every opportunity to shoot that basketball, and a missed opportunity for sure as this clock now under 6 minutes to go.
And again, if you're Oklahoma, right now you're in, but a loss, and you start biting your nails a little bit.
You want to enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
What you want to do.
The enemy, a little hesitation. That's an option right there.
And just the Kobe Bryant reverse pivot. I like that. Oklahoma's offense a little bit bogged down. I have to think you're going to need some people to step up to the plate. Jamal Bieniemy being a good option to do that. Make some individual plays.
Haley lost the handle, absorbs the contact, and he'll go to the line. All right, tonight following Warriors Rockets. Tune into SportsCenter with SVP over on ESPN. Tim Legler will break down that game. Our candid Patrick Beverly sounding off, and championship week. You get Villanova's Jay Wright joining the show. That's coming up over on ESPN following Warriors and Rockets with SVP. Andrew Gordon checking back in. And Haley gets that one. Under 5 to go, 4-point West Virginia advantage. See if they can get Manic involved maybe a little bit. 18 points leads the team. James, nice look, Doolittle, and one.
Isn't it amazing that when the ball moves, good things happen? When you don't pound the rock and you actually make the right play, and that's exactly what Oklahoma does here. Tough closeout, Christian James gets to the basket, gets the basketball to Christian Doolittle, who is ready and waiting.
He's got such an interesting game, Doolittle. He's got some power inside, some mid-range game.
He's really a unicorn at the center position. Do a lot of different things. And a guy that can really put the basketball on the floor, but also take you down low and, like you said, use that strength.
James rebounds the miss. Bieniemy sprinting out. Bieniemy, Manic. Layup wouldn't go. Bieniemy put back. Wouldn't go. Haley spinning and one! Wow! What a turn of events from one end to the other.
You miss a layup on one end and the break is on. How about this take from Jermaine Haley, and not just a take, but that's an elite finish. Getting some English up there, putting it on the glass, and letting gravity do the rest.
But if you're Oklahoma, you're looking at a surefire bucket at the other end, and then it turns into a fast break deuce. Couldn't finish it there. So Lon Kruger's team, 98% they're in with a win. It's only 56% with a loss. Down 3, 4 to go.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
Back here in Kansas City from the Sprint Center. 4 minutes to go, second half. The 10th seed West Virginia leading the 7th seed Oklahoma by 3. Winner of this one takes on Texas Tech tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, ESPN 2. Already TCU getting past Oklahoma State, a game seemingly they had to win. It'll set up a date with the 1 seed Kansas State tomorrow.
At the line, Brady Manick, shooting 2.
Brady Manick at the line. Napper, left hand wouldn't go, tip, no good. There's Culver, and it goes.
He is such a presence on the offensive glass, and that's something that West Virginia hasn't had for the majority of tonight. Have him really give you nothing almost all game and lead by 3 with 3 to play. You have to feel like you're in great position here.
Manick. Rebound pulled down by Culver.
Mount West paying attention to that scouting report. Brady Manick wants to up and under you, head fake you. Mount West did not go. We'll see West Virginia. They've been in this position here over the last 4 games where they've been in ball games, but there's a lot of youth on this floor. A lot of inexperience, a lot of guys that haven't played a ton of minutes together.
Doolittle feeds Manick.
Seen that play before. Man, Haley slipped and could not get up off the baseline, and nobody picking him up and taking his man. That man is at the rim. It's a 99.9% shot.
Brady Manick, a season high 22. Haley, that's too easy.
Really nice footwork, man, Haley, but you're right. If you're Lon Kruger, that's not okay. Defense just Olay right there.
Doolittle draws the contact.
Number 5, Jordan McCabe.
They get the foul on McCabe.
Christian Doolittle at the line, shooting 2.
That was a powerful drive.
Yeah. Doolittle with 16. His Sooners in a dogfight against the 10 seed. Mountaineers.
This collision right here, that's 2 grown men right there going to the basket.
Definitely fortunate that could have been on Culver. Mountaineers with just 4 league wins this year, one of them against the Sooners. McCabe. Shot clock winding down. West lets it go. Short.
That is a terrific closeout by Christian Doolittle. Took Lamont West out of his shooting rhythm, didn't let him drive the ball or get to his step back jumper. Christian Doolittle, a guy that can guard really 1 through 4, maybe even 1 through 5 on the court.
Napper knocked it away into the hands of McCabe. Haley trying to feed Culver out of bounds. West Virginia basketball, 1:17 to go. Timeout, West Virginia. Mountaineers showing a lot of fight here tonight. Well, here at the Sprint Center in Kansas City, John Chomby and Robbie Hummel, and West Virginia's played hard. They've had the lead for most of this game, but down the stretch, What are some of the things you're going to be looking for? West Virginia has the basketball.
Well, I think for West Virginia, I know he hasn't had the best night, but I think always going into Derek Culver and allowing him to make plays on the block is a great option. Jermaine Haley has been effective tonight. Jordan McCabe has been really good in the second half. So even if you want to go some pick and roll Derek Culver to the rim and allow Jordan McCabe to make plays, I think that's a terrific option with the way that he's played tonight.
And again, for Oklahoma, it's about their NCAA tournament resume. Lon Kruger. And again, Lon Kruger said, we don't need to lobby. 98% in with a win, 56% with a loss. McCabe, step back. Culver the rebound and the putback. That was man style.
That was major league by Derek Culver right there. A man amongst boys, and we said it earlier in this game, sometimes West Virginia's best offense is just let the big fella go get it.
That was short from Doolittle and a big miss. And now the ball in the hands of Jordan McCabe, the freshman. Culver, offensive rebound. No call. The enemy. That's short. And now they foul. Wow.
It's going to be an uneasy couple days if these free throws go down for West Virginia.
You're not kidding.
Oklahoma. This would be a huge missed opportunity. Derek Culver kind of forcing the issue here. And it's off to the races for Oklahoma. Jamal Bieniemy saying maybe his elbow got hit. Hard to tell from that angle. Brandon Napper right there on the contest.
Derek Culver, a guy who averages a double-double. I mean, basically non-existent in the first half because of foul trouble limiting him to 5 minutes. Kanate chatting with him, a number of his teammates trying to calm him down, saying, I got 4 fouls for doing nothing, and he was frustrated. But down the stretch, some big rebounds, some putbacks, he's made an impact.
He has showed just what he's capable of, and we know when he gets on the offensive glass, he's as good as anybody in the country at going and getting offensive rebounds. His numbers over the last 4 games, you see him right there, have been outstanding. He averaged 15 and 15 over a 4-game stretch. That's Dennis Rodman-esque, honestly. That is so big time for him as a freshman. And this is the guy, Boog, he didn't play basketball the whole first semester, didn't practice. He has walked back onto the team and pretty much averaged a double-double. Unbelievable.
He's got 6.7 rebounds tonight. He's played 13 minutes. Money McNeese nursing that ankle. Here's Haley at the line. Tonight his first career double-double. Can't hit, and a chance for the Sooners to tie this one up. And we're tied! Was his foot on the line? James. Wow, I think that's on the line. That little baby step forward.
Yes, just barely.
Wow. I think that's going to be a 2.
I think you're right. And what a big-time shot, too. Such a tough shot with the head fake, and I think the other angle showed it better, but
yeah.
it looked like his toes were just over that line.
Joe DeRosa just said, foot is on the line, it's a 2. And another.
Oklahoma has seen this type of heartbreak in the Big 12 tournament before. This is
What a heartbreaking way for it to come to an end. (72-71) our final. West Virginia hangs on for the victory. Christian James hits the big shot, but the toe on the line. It's a 2. Take one more peek at it. You can see the frustration on James. Man, what a big-time shot. And now they will have to wait and see, as Oklahoma has been eliminated from the Big 12 championship. Here's our bracket now. West Virginia sets up a date with Texas Tech tomorrow night, 7 Eastern. You'll have Texas and Kansas at 9 Eastern, but in the day, it'll be K-State and TCU at 2:30, and Baylor and Iowa State at 12:30. Baba Shoes and Fran Fraschilla, Holly Rowe will have a call of those two tomorrow afternoon. So West Virginia and TCU both escape with wins. For Robbie Hummel, Tara Petrolino, and our entire outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi. Mountaineers win it. So long from Kansas City.